All right, Jacob and Riley here from ConcealedCarry.com, and we're doing kind of a sight unseen first impressions video today with a bunch of VIKTOS stuff that came in the mail. Now, I've been through this, I've been through each of these bags. I've touched, field, opened every pocket. You've not touched them yet.
I haven't touched these at all.
Yeah, saw them in a pile at this point is the most familiarity. We're actually working on a kind of a project relative to identifying which of our med kits might fit in some of their pouches. So I'm going to set these aside for a minute, and we're going to look at these bags. So I want Riley to just kind of get initial impressions. Like, I just want you to play with these and say, hey, here's what I like, don't like. Let's start with this one.
What do we have here?
This is the perimeter bag. Now, they have several perimeter bags. This one's the perimeter 25, and I think that refers to the 25 liters.
Yeah.
They also have a perimeter 40, which is a 40-liter bag, which presumably would be much bigger than this. But my impressions are, geez, really well made.
Well, I mean, I have seen a few VIKTOS bags here and there over the years, and I've always been quite impressed with
the low quality.
Yeah, like this is a nice little touch. Kind of a waterproof zipper, and how this even
all the
secures
zippers
under this.
All the zippers on all these bags are YKK zippers.
Yeah.
That's something I was checking out.
Right. And quality zippers are an important thing with such things. Oh, we got like a sunglass pocket there. You can put your glasses.
It's padded. It's kind of got a lining in there.
Yeah. Some Velcro up here if you want to put some patches or something on. Looks like an expandable like water bottle pocket. That's kind of cool because if you're not using it, you can have it zipped up. That's got to be exactly what that is.
That's how I perceive it.
That's pretty cool. I like how that functions. That's nifty.
Clever.
And then, but because of that particular design, this zipper is limited to going down only to that point on this side. But this side we can go full length.
Full length, yeah.
That's not, that's a nice kind of, I guess, compromise. Looks like we could run a water bladder or something in here.
Got a spot for a hydration pack.
That's cool. Some nice organization pockets, actually quite a few organization pockets. All kinds of things here, pens, flashlight, knives, who knows, more organization, a little bit of a larger pocket, and then obviously for your laptop sleeve here. And one thing I often check for with such things is how padded and or isolated the laptop sleeve is from the bottom of the bag.
So if it's hitting the ground every time it's hitting the bag.
Yeah, I don't want to have to be concerned about that. This one's, I would say, average. There are some bags out there I'm familiar with that are a little bit more, like they'll kind of isolate this laptop sleeve so that there's zero contact, like where your bottom of your laptop stops is above the bottom of the bag is. And so it's acceptable, but I think that's probably one thing I would probably, you asked for first impressions, so that's my first impression. We got another little pocket here, is a waterproof zipper that is, there we go. Okay, just another little pocket, kind of a hidden pocket of sorts. I didn't even notice it right off the bat until we looked at it for a few minutes here, so that's kind of nifty.
So I'm just going to turn this around so you can see here that this also opens up. Okay, and now there's that top pocket you were just in. But then back here,
okay, that's cool.
We have additional space for some things. Now, this might be where you want to actually put your hydration pack because it's got this little kind of retainer thing that would generally hold a lot of those in place. And also, it gives us access to get all the way back here into the kind of frame of the bag.
Sure.
Take a look in there, see how that construction is.
Well, I could feel that. It's got a reinforced back to it, so that gives it some structure, which is nice.
With a piece of metal, like that's not all like a foam or a plastic. It's got this like metal rod right down the center.
Right
down the center.
Probably an aluminum rod. Yep, it's aluminum.
It's an aluminum rod.
Yep.
That kind of gives it additional strength.
Yep. Yeah. So it's got some nice structure that way, and that is a nice touch for sure. And I was going to get to that. I was going to talk about the back here, interesting thing about this too is this can also function as like a hidden pocket. I like things like that because particularly if you're traveling a lot, if you're going to travel internationally, you might consider hiding things like your passport or something. Now I know that if you got stopped and robbed, like they might just want to take your whole bag, but maybe it's sort of like, hey, a quick,
well,
give me your valuables, give me your laptop. Who knows?
Well, I'm thinking to myself, like, let's say I wanted to put like an armored panel in here.
You could do that.
And a hydration pack, and have a good place for my laptop. You could do that in this bag.
Yeah, you could.
You could put the panel in the back, and then the hydration pack here, and then the laptop in the actual laptop sleeve.
You could.
It would add up a lot.
One of the challenges with these, and the same is going to be true with this particular design, is if you were to actually use this for hydration pack purposes, like this intermediate portion here, that's directly behind your laptop. So if that's full of water, you put the laptop on top, this starts like kind of like trying to do this because you're trying to cram so much stuff.
My point is that there's that many places.
Yeah, there's like 3 different levels here to this portion of the bag with different things. So it's a very interesting approach there. On this side, straps got some structure to them, which I appreciate.
I like a little padding in there. Yeah.
Some straps. Well, it's not just a padding, but like some bag straps are like super flimsy, and that makes it a little bit harder sometimes to like grab and just sling over your back. So this is the type of design that's going to work really well to just grab and throw over your back really quick, make it a little bit easier to find the other strap with your support hand or whatever. But there is some decent padding in those. I think those would be comfortable enough.
This design is also has some air channels, so that hopefully this breathes a little bit. Don't get too sweaty or whatever.
We got padding here, here, and here, and this is not so much here. Yeah, I think that's fine. And of course, you got a chest strap, and they're nicely adjustable with keepers for the. So like these aren't just. That's actually a really nice touch. A lot of time, almost every backpack, the tail end of your strap, the adjustment part is just flying all over the place. This is a nice little touch. I like that a lot.
That's a quality keeper. It's not like Velcro. It's an actual keeper.
Yeah, it's a D-ring. So it just slips up and down. And then it's a cool looking bag, nicely designed. I think there's some well thought things to, I think it's well thought out. This is kind of interesting.
This being a 25-liter bag, like my other impression when I was looking online, I was like, man, a 40-liter version of this would be a big bag. Yeah,
it's interesting.
Almost double.
It doesn't feel like a 25-liter bag to me, if I'm being honest. It feels smaller than that. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm saying that like it's deceptively, there's a lot going on here in a small package.
Yeah, well said. One thing I was going to note that I appreciate, I look for, is that the main compartment zippers have a lock.
Sure.
Whatever you call that. They're locking zippers. So if you put a little lock on them, you could do that.
Yeah. There's one thing also we didn't mention, and I assume this comes this way. I mean, so you got this outer pocket here. We didn't really touch on so much. Now there's some organization opportunities here if you just wanted to use it in that fashion. You got some pockets here you could stash stuff in, but there's a holster right there. And so the idea here is obviously that this is a concealment backpack as well.
We got an inert gun over here.
Yeah, barrel blocked.
This is an inert barrel blocked gun, so kind of
so you get the idea here. So. With this sort of thing, you want to think pretty good and hard about zipper staging. This can be a little bit of a tricky entrance because we got a lot of stuff here kind of competing for attention.
Yeah, if I flip it around, I'm trying to.
So we'd want to be thinking about how we'd set that up, but you got the ability to put a gun in there in a holster, and it looks like it comes with the holster. It's made exactly to fit the bag and to be styled the same way using the same materials. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that one was the Perimeter 25.
Yep.
That comes in several colors. That's the Coyote. All right, so let's go from the biggest to the smallest. This guy is the.
This is interesting.
Hold on. Is this the Counteract or is this the Upscale? I think that's the Counteract. Mm-hmm. So Counteract is they have a whole line of these Counteract bags. This one's the Counteract CCW Sling. Very simple, very simplified kind of bag.
Okay, so a sling bag, obviously, right? Okay, we got some handles here like this. Got a zippered portion down here. Okay, all right. CCW Sling Bag. We've got this here, it's attached with Velcro. It's got these flaps that are using magnets to kind of keep that closed, so that's kind of interesting. What do we got going on here?
Yeah,
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember what they call this. You can buy these panels independently on their website. Now, while you're playing, let me see if I can get some names for these things.
This is the Hookie holster.
Yeah, Hookie is kind of their product line. Like
Yep.
this is their Hookie bag.
Yep.
This is their Hookie pouch. That's the Hookie holster. There might be like the Hookie panel. I don't remember. I'm pulling it up right now. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay, let's see here.
I think I feel, this is what I feel. I feel like I need somebody to show me
What they intend?
how to properly use this.
Yeah.
I think there's some interesting things that are probably smartly designed going on here that I don't fully comprehend or understand.
Okay, so
yet.
that tray is called the Counteract Messenger outright tray. And it's in the...
I mean, it only comes out so far because there's straps on the other end.
Right, and those are sewn in. So I mean,
Right.
like, it's strapped on the other side, you're saying?
Right.
Right, I see.
Now, maybe there's some adjustment or something. I don't know. It feels like it's pretty secured, though. So, like...
But this tray is lined with like the loop side of Velcro. So presumably, you're attaching whatever set of gear you want on this, and you're kind of being able to, pull it out and get faster access to things than you would otherwise.
And it's got Molly built into that as well.
Yeah.
So,
How's this attached? Just Velcro?
yeah. And it refers to this thing as a holster. So we've got, I don't know quite what to make of that. Maybe, you know what? I'll bet you that just comes around here, and this is like a retention strap.
Okay. Yep. See?
Yep. Exactly. This is essentially a retention strap.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay, so all right, so that's interesting. So basically, I think there's some opportunities here. Like this could be something that you carry a med kit in or something, and you could pull this out really quick and access some of the supplies.
Yeah, whatever you have attached.
In this context, it's got this holster in there, and it confused me because of how this was set up originally. But now we've got it flipped around to how it would be. But you could have a gun in there and flip this around and access that gun, I guess, a little bit more quickly. So this is intended to be, this is the upper portion of the strap. So if I was, say, I have to think about this sometimes a little bit. If we're sling bagging it, that's reverse. Okay, so I'd probably go the other way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So no.
Well, you're a big guy, so we
I don't do sling bags.
Anyway.
It's not my thing. We could do something like this and bring it around and access this way. That would be one option.
Yeah. And then it was interesting when you did that at speed. Like when you yank this guy open, it kind of inherently, because of this guy, starts to pull this tray out for you.
Yeah, and this is adjustable as well. So I think if this is tighter,
tighten that down.
It's going to have more in effect.
Now it really pulls it out.
Okay, all right. So
now it's kind of, we're understanding the concept of the tray more, I think.
I'm also a big guy, so I got to adjust this strap to be
more
my
6'4", appropriate.
Yep.
Yeah. Now I want to see.
Huh. Interesting.
So this bottom thing, though, what's up with these zippers down here? So, it's just an entirely separate compartment.
Pouch.
Yeah. So down here we got just an independent pocket from the main pocket. Yep. This is their mag carrier thing. So you put two mags in here, and then you kind of have this like mesh zippered pouch as well. And all this is very padded. This whole bag very padded, which is really nice. And then I noticed down here something. Let's see, some sort of Velcro action. I know that you can get armor when you buy most of these bags online. You can get armor panels. So I suspect that's what this is for. They have some armor panel that's.
I mean that's how this would make sense, right? Is that you could whip this around, have it be
accessing my gear
across your chest, and exactly. So you can open this up, draw a pistol, and leave this hanging in front of you for
spare mags are
armor.
here.
And if you needed the spare mag, you come to this pouch to get that.
That's cool.
So interesting concept. I could also see an option where you'd maybe have your pistol or something in here, and maybe this is a dedicated med kit, a little pouch area there. So that's an option.
Cool concept.
Yeah, it's interesting.
That was what did I say it was? I already forgot. The Counteract
Counteract
CCW Sling. Yeah, cool. I like the color too, by the way. I'm sure it comes in lots of colors. All these bags seem to come in lots of colors. All right, this one is the Upscale CCW Sling Bag. So another sling bag, but I think this is more than just, quick access to a gun and a mag. Like, this is more of a comprehensive bag.
I mean, you can carry a little more gear in, obviously. This seems like it's tablet appropriate if you needed to transport an iPad or a tablet or something. Actually, it might.
This is interesting.
You might actually.
You're about to notice something here.
Yeah.
So you open up kind of this side, and slings often have these side pockets.
Yep.
But it's all you can open it from both sides, but it gives you access to different sections of it.
Yeah.
So one of them is kind of a through and through.
Yep.
And the other one is more of a dedicated to that side.
Yep. Yeah, I kind of suspected that to be the case because I could see it from the side here.
So you're basically like your laptop pocket.
Yeah, it's actually
is only accessible from one side of the bag.
It's roomier than I thought it was. It probably wouldn't fit like your 15, 16-inch laptop.
No, your laptop not, but my laptop, yes.
Yeah. So you could fit a smaller laptop in this, like a MacBook Air.
Certainly a Chromebook, something,
Yeah, exactly. Or a tablet or something. So you could do that. That's nice. And then, like, to your point, probably the right approach is this is your, oh, hey, cool. This is your, that's actually, I'll come back to that in a moment here. But this is sort of like your tablet / laptop access side. This should be your dedicated access the pistol side kind of thing. Now, what I was going to point out, and I was glad to notice this, is that this is a two-way zipper system.
Love that.
And it's nice because it does not matter which of these two zippers you grab, you're going to open this up. So if in the moment you maybe normally you grab this, but for whatever reason you just whip this around like, there's one, and you unzip it, it's going to open right up. Now this holster in here is not currently set up, optimized for what we would want it for
here. Kind of side it,
so but it's just Velcro, so we can just rip this out and reposition things.
This looks similar to the one that was in the perimeter bag.
Right. So it might go in there more like something like that.
But that whole pocket seems lined with Velcro on both sides.
You got lots of options.
Yeah, so you could really position it whatever it position, spot. You could add their Hookie mag holder thing too if you want to put a couple mags, or you could probably fit your med kit in there.
A nice touch here is that it's Velcroed on both sides, so including the holster itself. So some of these are just on the one side. Actually, a lot of them are just on the one side, including from competitors, where it doesn't feel as secure. But this is quite secure.
It's very secure.
So once you position this where you want it and get it, kind of locked in place, it's gonna stay there and be very predictable. So again, I have to think through this because it's not, I don't do the sling bag thing, but I probably would whip it around like so. Yeah, that would work. And then I'm going to guess and you and I have had the same conversations with folks at VIKTOS as well as some body armor companies, as far as I'm sure that we can open up some pouch or pocket or something somewhere.
Just stick a panel in here.
Or maybe you just stick it in the laptop.
Laptop sleeve.
Because it wouldn't, do any harm to have. Oh, those panels are not very thick.
No, I think it would work fine there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you could add some body armor to this if you want as well. Now let's get into some of the more kind of organization style pockets. Here we have something very similar to what we had on the perimeter bag. Something, it's nicely softly padded with a really soft micro fleece for glasses or whatnot. A little bit of an organization pocket here, just a large elastic kind of pouch thing there, and we got various elastic
webbing stuff.
Bands here, so we can organize different things into those pockets and whatnot. That'd be perfect for a med kit right there. You could slip in some different items, a tourniquet and some chest seals and some quick clot or whatever. So if you wanted this to be an on-the-go CCW backpack or sling bag for concealed carry purposes, have some medical gear with you too, like that's a pretty sweet option.
It could probably be, if you were looking for like a very simplistic, like minimalistic range bag, frankly, gun, mags,
sure,
med kit, glasses, ear pro.
Yep,
it could accommodate.
That's cool. And here's the other thing too, like this bag right here, this reads tactical all over it. And they probably have some different colors, would be my guess, that might be a little less tactical, but I'm guessing the style of the bag, they're all going to have Molly on them, which says tactical. This does not say tactical. This does not say tactical to me.
No.
In fact, this material here, even with this kind of pattern on it, says just sort of a modern, you know, discreet sling bag of some kind.
Yeah, so the perimeter bags definitely kind of have more of that tactical look, but the Counteract, the Upscale bags, and their Forthright bag, those are all bags that look a lot more everyday, a lot more discreet, a lot more gray man.
And that's appreciated. I mean, these seem to be more geared towards concealed carry use. So that makes a lot of sense. This maybe not so much, even though you can carry a gun in it if you wanted to. But I like a good, discreet CCW bag, for sure. I
appreciate, too, their Hookie accessory lineup. So, I mean, we already looked at a couple Hookie things in here between these products. We had kind of the, I'll call it standard holster. We kind of had that other kind of more simplistic kind of strap holster. We had in here, one of these had a mag carrier, double mag carrier in it.
Yep.
This is the Hookie bag, is what they call it. It's also available in multiple colors, made from a really nice, it feels, I mean, it's kind of like, you know, it's like what your tent is made out of. I shoved some med stuff in there, so that's why it feels like cool stuff. And then this is their Hookie pouch, which
this is cool.
It's comparable in a lot of respects.
Simple pouch.
Simple pouch. A lot of Velcro on these. So this one's got a full kind of Velcro back. That one, this is all Velcro.
You know, like there was one of these that I think it was, you know, like this one here. If I wanted to, instead of that, I could just.
Well, all three of these have ways you could use any of these Hookie products. They all have Velcro panels. Right. Whether it's this guy where the panel's coming out on me, or if it's this guy, you know, where that back pocket where the holster is, the side sling pocket.
Right.
No, the side sling.
I was trying to remember if there was any Velcro inside there or not.
Yeah, but all of these have pockets with Velcro panels, so you could customize them. And we've shown you several options. I was just looking to see. They also have a Hookie, let's see. Oh, so we had the panels, Parapack compression cube. That sounds cool. The Hookie pouch, the Hookie bag, the Hookie mag, single mag carrier, the double mag carrier. They also have a Hookie thing that's like AR mags plus pistol mags. So they have all sorts of options.
This is great.
Yeah, that's cool, right?
You know, vacuum sealed kit there with, you know, a bunch of essential gear for medical.
Kind of like a mini IFAK is what we've done.
Yeah.
You can put anything in there you want, right? Whatever.
Obviously.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So there's some cool bags from VIKTOS Black Arms Company.
Yep.
These guys make quality stuff. I mean, I don't have extensive experience with all their products. I have not used a lot of their apparel yet, but certainly, you know, going through these bags today gives you the sense of like a high standard of quality. And they're really good to work with. Seem like really good dudes over there. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a first impressions on some VIKTOS bags.
Very much first impressions.
Thanks, everyone.